Hello, welcome. How are you? How are you doing? Welcome in. How are you? How are you? Oh, thank you. I am doing well. How are you? I'm doing well. Thank you so much for all of the love and support you've been giving me on almost everything that I post. Thank you so much. Addison. How are you? Where are you from? If you don't mind me asking. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Hello, welcome in. Welcome in, guys. We're gonna be playing with some new product that I have. This is from Miron, and it's Viv Collagen. Comes in this little foil, and it's basically supposed to sink in your skin, so like you'd look like if you had a scar for years. So we're gonna play around with it tonight. That's why you see my face is super clean. But we're gonna do a little bit of makeup though. We're gonna do our eyes. I'm thinking about something pink, something soft, nothing too extra. Hello, welcome in. That's what I'm thinking. We're gonna be using this palette to create our eye color tonight. Remember I told you guys I had like a blush palette in. You were 2 jobs. Okay, cool. Congratulations. We're gonna be working with these colors. So this is the other blush palette that I was telling you about that I had in my kit. So we're definitely gonna make use of these colors specifically. We're not gonna make our eyes too complicated tonight, but we're still gonna do something. I already have on some concealer because I did my brows offline. We're gonna jump into a fluffy brush just like that one. And we're basically gonna start with this shade right here. Should I put a little bit more? Let me put a little bit more of a bright concealer down. Just a little tip. That is from Hourglass and it's in the color Vanilla. Very, very light. We're gonna jump into our concealer brush. This is from the Sephora collection, and it's in the. It's called, well, not called. The number is 57. And I'm just gonna tap, 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 tap that product right in. We just want to pop. We don't want it to be too aggressive because we're not going to do an aggressive makeup. We just want to try the new stuff that I have here and see how well they work. I have some scar wax that I haven't tried yet. I want to try that as well and see what we're working with. How am I gonna text you? Give me one quick second. I just dropped something. Hi guys, welcome in. We're just about to get started on our eyes. We're not gonna do nothing too crazy tonight. We're gonna keep it really simple because I just have some special effects products that we're gonna jump into. This is from Bed Night. This is Scar Wax. We're gonna be using some of this, and then we're gonna be using some Mirrors. Ooh. Some of this as well. You guys gonna see what we're gonna do with them soon. Okay, let's jump into this color right here. And this is a very vibrant pink, which I like. So it's right here. And this is the color that we're going to be jumping into. And we're basically tapping and blending that color out. Just like that. Very, very pretty color. And I did put on pink nails tonight. Why? I don't know, but... And I kind of mix them, so I have different colors. All different shades of pink, actually. We're gonna go with the same color on the opposite eye with the same fluffy brush. What I like to do, I like to pat first before I go down and blend. And we're gonna do just that for this side. And this is basically like a blush palette, but you can definitely take a blush palette and use it as eyeshadow. There's no right and wrong way. Once it's a powder base, you can definitely use it for an eyeshadow. So if you are basically doing a look and you only have like an eyeshadow palette, this can definitely come in clutch. Because you can do something very simple. It doesn't have to be too dramatic. And you can do this for your cheeks. You can add a little bit of concealer, add it to your lips. You can do a lot of things with just this palette alone. So just all you need to do is learn the technique, and then you'll be a-okay. And I'm watching straight ahead because I'm looking into my big mirror. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Marco. Thank you. Alright, now that I am satisfied with this first pink color, as I said, we're not going to do too much to the eyes, so we're just going to be focusing on, we're going to be using a little bit of blood tonight and stuff like that. So don't be too scared. It's Halloween season officially soon, so we're going to get into some things. Okay, we're going to go back into this darker pink. Thank you guys for 5 likes. Thank you guys so much. Hi, darling. Welcome in. Marcus, welcome in. We're going to jump into this darker pink. And we're going to use that at the base of our eyes. As I said, we're going to tap that color in first. Build up that pigmentation. Then blend out. So we're just going to tap it. Tap, 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 tap. Thank you guys so much for 5 likes. We're trying to get to 50 likes tonight. 5,000 views. Do you think that we can do it? I think we can. I think we definitely can do it. Alright, we're just patting down that second color. And these are all obviously matte blushes that we're using. There's no shimmer or anything like that added to this eyeshadow look right now. This is more like a bronzy color. What we can, let me swatch them so you guys can actually see. Start with this lighter pink right here. This is how that looks. More unlike the ashy pink. If you're more favored, that will look beautiful on you. But for me, this looks more ashy than pink. Let's go into the middle color, which is this one. This is how this one shows up. Really, really cute. This is my type of pink, not this one right here. I prefer something like this. Let's go into the darker shade, which is this one right here. The only thing I don't like about these cheap, more affordable, let me say, packaging, the names will go missing. So this is NYX New York Pink Cheeks palette. Yeah. Never heard about the brand before, but I picked it up in a beauty supply store in New Jersey, and I love it so much. I have the dark red one. I love it so much. Okay, let's go into the highlighter real quickly. It's more of like a goldish bronzish color, just like that. So this is the swatch, and how it performs. We can use the back of my hands. This is the first color, which I say it's not bad, but it's just a little bit too ashy for me. Second color. See, I like this better. Third color, right here, and then the highlighter, which is really, really nice. This is the 4 colors. I really like it. It's not a bad palette at all. Not a bad palette at all. Let's go into some whites because I don't want it to stay on my hands. Let's jump into some whites real quickly. Thank you so much, darling. Thank you so much. The shade one is for you. Oh! Thank you. And then I just have on like 3 different sets of pink nail. Well, this is kind of purple, this one, but it kind of has that pink hue. These ones are lighter, and then these ones are more like fuchsia pink nails, just to go with the vibe tonight. And we can even go as far as doing like a pink liner. But what I'm gonna do before I even jump into that, we're gonna take a flat tip brush just like this. Everybody knows that I love to highlight my brow bone. So I'm gonna take that highlighting color, which is this one right here, and we're gonna go right up top here, and we're just gonna highlight that. I have a different shape of brow tonight because I was going for more of like the thin brows. So this is not my normal brow shape. And looking at it, right here needs to cut down. That looks crazy. It should look like this, not like that. So you see the edge? We need to take a little bit of that off because that looks crazy. But it's supposed to look like this, not like this. So we're gonna take off some of the edge of this brow. That is craziness. I didn't notice. So what I'm gonna do to correct the brow, we're gonna cut it like right here. Just like so. Cut it completely off. We took it too low, so it kind of made my eyes look saggy on this side. So we have to cut it because normally from my brows to my hairline is a very small margin, so I don't have that much room to play with when it comes on to my brows and my hairline. So we have to cut that down quickly, and now it looks much more unified and better. Ah, you killed me. But thank you guys so much for being in here, guys. We have 17 people presently watching right now. We have 5 likes. So our goal tonight is 50 likes and 5,000 views. Can we do it? I think we can. We definitely can. This is a picture from my road trip this weekend. Very beautiful scenery. This is the outskirts of Toronto, kind of like into Niagara Falls area. Very, very beautiful place. Okay. Now that we got the elephant out of the room with that brow, it's time to continue what we were doing. It is like a brow on the way in. Yes. Alright, we're gonna take the same highlighted shade. It's kind of really a beautiful shade. I didn't know it was so beautiful actually. Honestly speaking. We're just gonna take it on the high points of the brow, just like that. And if you notice, it's have a kind of harsh line right here. What we want to do, we want to blend that all together. So if you notice, I've only used basically 3 brushes so far. This is the concealer brush that we use. This is the flat tip brush for the highlight. And 1 blending brush. We're gonna go back into that light shade here, tap off the excess, and we're gonna come right between the highlight and the first pink color that we put down, and we're just gonna buff that in ever so gently so that we don't have any harsh lines or anything like that. We're just gonna buff, 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 buff that in. And do it again to the other eye. And we're just gonna buff and smooth out these two colors as best as we can. We don't want any harsh line, we just want it to be a gradient going through. Don't want any kind of harsh lines whatsoever. Now that we have that, I am 100% happy with how this looks. It's very simple. We just use literally 3 colors. We use this as our first color, second color, and then we use the highlighter. Very, 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 very simple. What I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna jump into my Wet n Wild mascara volume, and we're going to, this one is dried out, guys, but we're gonna still make it do what it do. Marcus, how was your day? Hope you had a really good day. We're gonna mascara our lashes. And you can use any mascara of your choice. I don't really care about the quality of a mascara because I'm gonna always put on falsies, so it doesn't really matter to me what brand I use. Definitely there are some that are better than some, but for the most part I really don't care because I'm always gonna put on lashes, so it doesn't really matter to me. We're gonna go into these tonight. These are my, I love these lashes down to the ground. I got these from Shein, and as you can see, I've been rocking them. Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you. I'm trying my best here, you know. I haven't been on in a couple of days, so I'm excited to be back, you know. Excited to be back. I was thinking about putting on a liner. Should I or should I not? Okay, we're not gonna do a wing liner. I think we're just gonna do like a normal liner and nothing too crazy. Because I kind of want to stick with this kind of Hollywood type of look that I'm going for. Pin up. So we're gonna take our liner, liquid liner, and we're gonna go close to the lash line as possible. And this is basically, we're doing this just so our lashes can have some way to lie down on, and it's definitely gonna camouflage our lash line. Oh my god, I literally messed that up a little while ago. Literally, I have a little bit of a spillage here, but that's fine. Let's do a baby wing. Nothing too crazy, just a little bit insy teeny weeny. Just like that. The only thing I don't like about these liquid ones, sometimes, if there's not enough product on the brush, it tends to kind of drag a little. So just be careful when you're finessing your liquid liner. Hello, Jabal. Welcome in. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Welcome in, guys. Thank you guys so much for 7 likes. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much, Jabal. Hope you had a wonderful birthday. Hope you enjoyed your day to the fullest. Hope you ate some good food. I hope somebody cooked for you and you didn't cook for yourself. But even though if you did cook for yourself, then that's really good too. Welcome in, everyone. Alright, we're gonna apply our first lash. I'm gonna use my nails as a tweezer. And we're gonna go straight in the middle. And we wanna go to close to your lash line as possible. And then we're gonna adjust. Just like that. Very, very simple, nothing to it. Hi, darling. Welcome in. Welcome in, 729. How are you? Welcome in, KK. And I need to stop calling you KK. I call you K. Because I know we both share somebody that used to call you KK. So I want to call you K. Because I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to follow them. But how are you doing? How are you doing, guys? Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh, okay. I ordered some stuff from Temu. And I hope that I'm not gonna be disappointed, but I did order some stuff just to check it out and see what it's giving. So I'll definitely give you an update. I'll definitely give you an update when the products come in. I ended up buying something twice, which kind of pissed me off, but whatever. Ovi, hi, welcome. How you guys doing in the chat? Yeah, I bought some makeup stuff, so I'm super excited. to see what it's gonna give. I bought like a contour concealer stuff in like a it's like in a paint thing. It has different colors. It looks super cool. And then I can use that as a bronzer as well. That's why I brought it, because you know I want to start bronzing and doing all of the things. I got that. What did I got? They said waterproof eyelash glue. I want to try that out. I actually bought that twice. So I'm going to have glue for a long time. On the app. Oh. It's okay. It's just weave, it's just what do you call it, glue. So I can never have enough lash glue. So I was like, okay, cool. I can just put it in my kit. Because they told me I win something and that they were supposed to send me like 5 products. And when I look back at it, I paid $10 and it was only 2 products. And I was like, what kind of scam is this? Then I went back into the app. They said I win some other prize or something like that. And I ended up spending like $40-something. So in total, I spent like 50 something and change. So yeah. Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna get down into the nitty-gritty. Before I do that, let me clean my face, because I'm gonna need my face to be really clean for the product that we're gonna put on. This is just some alcohol, and the reason being, I need my face to be as clean as possible. And I'm gonna be putting on about 5 layers of this product that we're using. I had to go and shave my face, shave off all of my facial hairs, because this product basically is gonna pull the skin really, really tight and make it seem like I have a old scar, basically. And it's from Miran. This is the product right here. It's very, very high fumes. So if you're sensitive to smells, then this is not for you. Technically, you don't want to put it in areas that is going to like your smile area. You don't want to put it closest to your eyes. You don't want to put it, you can put it on your lips, but not the areas, like not right here. And you can do it. Some people still do it, but it all depends. You need a place to be clean and dry, and it's supposed to suck in. I will show you guys how it works. It smells very bad. Think of like when you're perming your hair, that kind of toxic when you mix the powder with the liquid or dyeing hair. That's what this kind of smells like. We're gonna go 1 pass, just like so. And we're gonna take some time for it to like suck in my skin. And we're gonna do 5 layers of this scar. So let's do 3, because I want it to look like just like say something scratched me or something. That's the effect that I'm kind of going for. Or like I got into a fight and somebody scratched me like 3 times. It takes like a minute to dry, and as I said, we're going to do 5 layers because we want this to sink in and we want it to do what it needs to do. I don't know if you guys can see how my skin starts to move and kind of get close. Yeah. I'm not gonna let them do that, man. I just tried it because my good friend told me to try them and see what they was doing. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not gonna talk too much because I don't want to move too much. I want this to dry down really nicely. And I know it looks shiny, but we're gonna add some stuff to it later on. But this is the first time I'm using this product. So let's see how it works. Are you guys seeing the difference? They say the more layer you put down, the more it gets tighter. And it takes like a minute to dry. Okay, so let's go for the second layer. So we just put that on a second layer. Yes, it is. Just light pink, nothing too crazy. We use this palette to create the eyes, basically. This is the other palette that I told you I had in my my kit that I bought from the beauty supply store. So this is the pink that I had in my kit. So we just use this as our first shade. We use this as our second shade. Yeah. And then we use the highlighter. So we just made like a smoky eye, nothing too crazy, because I want to focus on this, but I still want to have, you know, a girly kind of aesthetic going on for the eyes. Nothing too crazy. Okay, are you guys seeing how it's kind of pulling in the skin? That's what we're looking for. We're gonna now add our third layer. Oh, this is not super glue. No. No, this is not super glue. This is Recollagen from Miran, actually. Thank you so much. Hope you got that, okay? It has a very high scent, like a very, very high scent. Kind of let it get away a little bit here, but I think it's kind of doing what I wanted to do. But let's see, because I want it to sink in some more so we can have some more definition. And this jar was like 15 Canadian, and I think it's like 10 US. Let's go in with our fourth quote. Okay, so as that doing what it's doing, let us kind of finish our face for the most part. See? I want you to see like how my cheeks is kind of like sucking in. That's what you want. It kind of just sucks the moisture out of your face. So that's what you're looking for. And then we're gonna fill it in and do all of that. but I also want to get the face done as well. So as we wait for that to do what it needs to do, let us kindly move on to the rest of our face. Okay, so we're gonna jump into the concealer from Hourglass, and this is in the shade Vanilla. It's very, very light. We're just gonna take a little bit, and we're gonna put it in our highlighted areas, just like that. Yeah. Just like that. Let's go in with some LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Toast. Oh, this one is on the, it's Last Breath, guys. I need to go and get me some more of this concealer. Oh. Up here. Welcome in, guys. So super glue will not give you this effect. Super glue is basically you can use to hold down like prosthetic stuff like that. But this is specifically for like a scar, like an old wound. Yeah. What are we doing? I'm just gonna take the excess and we're gonna just tap it down with our detail brush. I'm not gonna go too close to the scar right now. That's why I'm using this small brush to kind of blend the concealer where I want it to be without disturbing here. For now, for this one I can use a normal brush, but since we're using this small detail brush, let's just use that. Jump into our concealer brush, and we're just basically gonna tap that into the skin, building up that highlight. Now we're not going to be technically overdoing with the complexion. We're gonna keep it light but still effective, if you get what I mean. Still gonna be covered and dusted, but I also want it to be very light, kind of just giving me like a pin-up doll effect. Oh, my weekend has been crazy. I wanted to come live on Saturday. Didn't get to do that. I changed it to Sunday. And then my friend called me because they were moving and needed my help. So, being the good friend that I am, I went. And that turned into a whole 2-day situation. So that's why I'm here with you guys tonight. Oh, I don't know where that just came out from. Oh. So you see how full coverage that concealer is? I love it for that particular purpose. Alright. To me, I don't think... Is it me? But I don't think that it's working like how I want it to work. I don't know. It could be my skin or something, but when I see other people using it, it's stuck in their skin so well, but for me, it's not. working as I thought that it will work. Just jumping into a bigger foundation brush, and this is the 99 from Sephora collection. And I'm basically just patting out the harsh edges of the concealer. Kind of just watching how this is working, and I don't specifically like what I'm seeing. It's working, but it's not working the way that I thought that it would work. But let's put on another coat. Maybe I'm being too dramatic, but let's see. When I see this on other creators, it's been like, it's doing what it needs to do. And I thought for a second that I probably wasn't putting on enough. So I just saw a girl doing like 5 layers of this product, and it was working. But for me, I'm not getting the same results. And I'm a little bit, annoyed by it, honestly. But we're gonna work around it, so, yeah. Alright. On my plexi, because I do have a plexi here, we're going to customize our foundation, because we are going to be using foundation tonight. This is from LA Girl Pro Coverage HD High Definition Foundation in the shade Rich Cocoa. And we're going to just put 2 pumps of Rich Cocoa. It's definitely not my color or my shade, but we're going to customize it. We're going to use our Makeup Forever foundation in the shade 4Y70. And we're going to pump some of that. This is not my color either. I have a lot of foundations that are not my color, but we're going to make it work. This one has a little bit more of like a yellow tinge to it. This one seems to be a little bit more darker. So this has a more of a yellow undertone. This one is supposed to be a more warmer undertone, but as you can see, they're not too far apart in terms of complexion, or in terms of pigmentation, color. Then we're going to jump into our House Labs foundation. This one doesn't have the marking on it, but it's the House Labs one, and it's also too light for me. So we're just gonna make it work. That's what it is to be an artist. Sometimes you are in a very thick situation when you have a client and they have different kind of undertones. You have to basically think on your feet and create something that's going to work for them on the spot. And my thing is, if you know that that client is going to be a returning client, or in hopes of that client being a return client, make sure that you put all the products that you mix on the side, so that when you finish with that client, you can take a picture so you can know what you did in order to get that perfect complexion. I'm going to jump into my Dior concealer. This one is in the shade, well, not the shade, it is the shade 9N. And anytime you have anything that says N or Y, that is basically telling you the undertone of the color. So this is more of a neutral color, that's why it has the N, and it's 9N. And as you can see, it's more darker than everything else. We're gonna need a good amount of this to kind of balance out everything else that we have going on here in the mixing of our foundation. Okay. Trying to get as much product out as possible. Knowing me, I'm gonna have to go back into this to kind of get it. Normally, what I would use, I would go in with my Old Faithful Lancome. So Lancome, I have this color in, let me see what color this is. This is 560. And it's one of the darkest foundations I do have. I love to have a dark foundation on hand because it does help me when I'm ready to blend out my lighter foundations, etc, etc. And this is how dark this one is. This one is actually on, it's already done, and I'm still basically scraping every inch that I can scrape out of this foundation because I love it so much. So I will just use the end of the brush, and we're gonna add that, and you're gonna see how well this naturally blends into my complexion. It's a little bit more warm in terms of like it has a little bit more red into it, but when it's mixed with this color, you're gonna see how well it complements the other shades that we have down here. So I'm just gonna put it where I want that bronze to go and to have that little bit of definition right here, so. And then we're gonna go in and we're gonna mix what we have on the palette right now. Mix it, mix it, mix it. It's a lot of information. Hello, welcome. You love my lashes, thank you so much. And there's a lot of information to take in, so I hope you guys are not bored. So we mix it, mix it, mix it. And then we're gonna take a little bit. And then we're just gonna spot this technically all around my face. Just mixing underneath here, here. Oh, don't kill me. Oh. Welcome in, guys. You definitely can say hi. I don't bite. And if you guys are loving the content, please tap your screen. Show your girl that you are appreciating the content. And we're gonna take our foundation brush. This is from Sephora Collection again. And the number for it is 99. And we're basically gonna tap this product in, and you're gonna see how well all of those colors that I use, but when you mix them together, it gives you this rich skin tone, and it comes in like my own skin tone. That's why I love mixing and customizing my own specific foundation using what I already have in my kit. And if you notice, this matches my décolleté, meaning right up here, all of this definitely matches, because as you can see, right here has a hyperpigmentation, so it's a little bit more darker than all of my face. But what I'm trying to do with the foundation is basically to even out everything, so everything can be even. And my highlights can be my highlights. My lowlights can also be my lowlights. So we're gonna take our time and just blend all of that together. Just lifting up my hair, getting all of that blend in. And if you see, I have definition in the face because I used the darker foundation on the perimeter of my face. I also know that I was going to come in down at my cheekbones. So when I added that light customizing color that I have here, it's going to work beautifully. And just to show you guys, I'm going to put this right here on my décolleté, and then we're just going to blend that out. And you see how seamlessly it blends into my décolleté. So that's what you want to do. You want to definitely make your face blend with your body, especially if you're going to have, you know, your girls out, or you're going to wear something that is going to be more revealing. You want everything to blend, and you want the highlighted areas to be highlighted. You know, you want to bring in the shadows where they are necessary. Yeah. Okay, before we get into all of this, let us use a lipstick, a red one to be exact. No, I don't have to use a lipstick. Let me not use a lipstick. Let's use, this is like a blood from Ben Nye, and think of it like edge control, but it's just blood. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna take out the shyness here from our scars, and we're gonna put down this right into the scars to kind of have that looking like a fresh wound per se. Just like that. A little of this goes a long way. You just need a little bit. You don't need a lot. And it's very sticky as well. I really love it when it's like, it gives so much definition and it elevates your special effects when you have something like this, because it doesn't look basic. It just takes whatever you're doing to a different type of level, which unfortunately you can't really get it with more affordable products. Sometimes you have to spend that money in order to get good quality things. You can definitely finesse it though, but if you don't have to, then don't do it. If you can afford it, then just spend a little extra on your path. So I'm going to go in with this detail brush, and we're just going to go into the scars and just even out the complexion around. I need a little mirror. Yeah. I'm going to go in and we're going to be using the excess, that foundation that we just made. I'm going to jump into a foundation brush. I'm just going to pat that in. This is how we're looking right now. It's not too bad. I'm not too wowed about the initial product that I use, to be honest. I have to try it on somebody else to see if I if I really, really like the product. Because on me, honestly, I don't think that it did much. I can see it up close when I have the mirror in my face. I can see that my skin did pull in, but did it do a drastic change to my face, which I wanted? No. Which kind of really pissed me off, to be honest, because I really thought that it would have done what it needed to. It will give what I wanted, but it didn't. I'm really mad about it, honestly. I can finesse it, but I didn't want to have to actually do so much work. Because this product is basically supposed to pull in your skin. So this should look more sunken in. It looks like if it's just on the surface of my face, which that was not what the product's supposed to do. That's what I'm kind of super annoyed about. But we're gonna still push through. We're gonna still get this beat done. We're gonna go into our Black Radiance setting powder, and we're going to, and this is a translucent powder. We're gonna just set our highlighted areas. We're still gonna pull this look together, guys. Don't worry one bit. This is why it's so important to, as an artist, to basically test your products out and kind of get a feel for it before you even decide to use it on a client, so you can have first-hand knowledge of how the product works for you, and then you can know if you want to, how you can finesse it with the knowledge that you already have, or you can do some more research on the product and see if you're using it correctly, or is there something that you can change in order to get a better outcome of that particular product. Because, to be honest, I don't know. Maybe my skin is really too tough, or maybe too hard. I don't know. Let me not even try to come for my skin like that, because that's not right. I'm not gonna be shaming my skin for not behaving. So this is basically all of the highlighted areas we're working on right now. Hi guys, welcome in, welcome in. We're just gonna let that sit there for a little while. We're gonna jump now into our Black Opal. This is our Black Opal translucent powder in 700 deep. This is gonna be my all over powder. We're gonna jump into a fluffy brush, just like this one. Tap off the excess, and everywhere then put that highlight. We're gonna go in and we're gonna go right over that powder. Technically. In the area that I want it to be more pronounced, which is under my eyes, I'm not going to go over it with the powder. We're just going to go over the other areas ever so gently. Lift up my little baggy eye. Come in with that all over powder. Just like so. Right down our decoration. Sometimes if you don't want to use foundation down your neck, definitely when you're finished doing your whole face with your all over powder, definitely take what's remaining on your brush and you can just work that down your neck. And when you finish, set it with your setting spray so that it can lock in place without having that heavy foundation on your neck. Basically, if you're wearing white, anything like that. That's just a little trick that I've learned. Okay, I'm not gonna put the powder. Here we need to brush off what we already have on our eyes here. I'm gonna jump into another powder brush. And this is a small little powder brush. We're gonna take that and we're gonna dust all of that highlighted powder away. We directly left that powder there so that we can get maximum brightness as possible. And now that my face, it's kind of done, but it's not done. It looks very powdery, as you guys can see. Very, very powdery. So we don't want it to look powdery. We still want it to look snatched, but we don't want it to look powdery. So anytime you finish with your powders and stuff like that, you want to set it with your setting spray, your mist, just that you can lock in what you already done. Okay? When you have your creams and your liquids, you always want to go in with setting powder to set and lock it. And then to even lock it, you use your mist or your setting sprays, basically. But before we do that, we're gonna go with the same palette that we use for our eyes. We're gonna touch into this lovely pink shade. Let me grab another angled brush. This is an angled brush from Sephora Collection, and this is in 93. And it has an angle, which I really, really like. She's been to it. I've had her for years. So, we're going to go in these two mixtures right here. Let's start with the more darker one first. And then we're going to use this one second. So, let's go into this one first. Get a good amount. Tap, tap, tap. You want to take the darker one all the way up here. And a little bit more. I love a blush. Bad, 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 bad. Bad, 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 bad. Okay. I love how that looks. It looks very natural, not too much. I need a little bit more though. Then we're going to go into the lighter one. But before we do that, let's kind of do here, because we already have the scars here. We're not going to focus it too much down. We're going to keep it just really high, because we still don't want here to look like something wasn't here before. Because technically we're doing this in reverse. We want to basically have the scar, somebody scratching us after our makeup is done, but because we're doing makeup, we're doing it in like a reverse. So we want to add all the things that should be there before, if that makes sense. You guys can talk to me. I'll talk back. If you guys have any questions, burning concerns, definitely let me know. Let's chit chat. We are now 19 people in the building. Thank you guys so much for being here. We have 7 likes. I know that we can do way much better than that. We definitely can. This is happening to me. The packaging is so flimsy. It already broke. That's what happened to my other one. And yeah, it can get really messy that way. But I really love the product. What are you laughing for, sir? Or ma'am? We're going to jump into this lighter shade right here. And we're going to add this on the lower cheek. We're not going to take it too far, because I don't like to take my brush too far. I need it to stay up. I need my face to be pulled and snatched back. So I'm not going to take it too far down at all. So we're just going to go in right here with that lighter pink. And to be honest with you guys, like, pink blush and pink eyeshadow is never really my thing. To be honest, I was just more likely influenced by a lovely makeup artist on this platform, Kay, basically got me to start using pink again. They do live streams here on the app. So basically my co-worker, very face makeup artist extraordinaire. So I'm tapping into my soft girl era with using a little bit more pink, you know? This is, I like this. I like this a lot, a lot, a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. So we're gonna still do the same thing that we did up here. We're gonna use this bronzy goldish color. I'm gonna turn the brush on the side. And we're gonna take a little bit of that. And we're gonna add it right here. I don't know if you guys can see that glare. Hold on. Let me adjust the light so you guys can get into that. So you see how you can just use this particular palette to create such a lovely, lovely cohesive look by just using this palette alone. So I don't want to hear people in 2026, oh, I don't have a big palette, I don't have this, I don't have that. I don't want to hear it. This is from the beauty supply store. And look how my eyes turned out. My lashes is from Shein. Yes, I do have in contacts, but that's from the beauty supply store as well. So you have no choice why you're not beautiful and stunning. Okay? I don't want to hear no excuses for 2026 if you can't do your own makeup and use affordable products to get really good quality. Because you don't have to use expensive stuff in order to have a banging look. I'm just saying it for the people at the back. For the people at the back, you don't have to have expensive products in order to achieve a flawless look. Don't argue with me, argue with your mom. Okay? Alrighty then. Now, we're gonna fix this last, so I don't want you guys to study about this too much. We're gonna use the same palette, and we're gonna go into, let's use this. Let's use the eyeshadow detail brush, just like this one right here. And we're gonna go into the darker pink, just like so. And we're gonna go right in on our lower lash line. Oh my god, I just dropped a palette, guys. And we're gonna smoke the under eye out. We're gonna use that blush palette to the end. We're gonna take it there. Closest to the waterline as possible. Now, we're gonna take a kohl liner. Should I use green? Yes, I will use that. This is a kohl liner. This is like an aqua color. I think it's gonna look really pretty to just complement the pink really, really nicely. Why is everything falling? I don't know why everything is falling. Don't piss me off, right? This is the color, and we're gonna go into our waterline. And this is from NYX. And I'm not listening to any music. That's crazy. I'm not listening to no music tonight at all. We're gonna jump back into our Wet n Wild. And we're gonna put some mascara on our bottom lashes. I just like to use the tip. Just the tip. And we just feather it in. This is how your eyes can look. This looks a little bit naked. We don't want that. Hello. Welcome in, guys. You guys are coming from Gogo now. Thank you, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in, guys. Good night, Gogo, or morning. Ooh. Thank you guys so much for the likes. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, guys. Hope your travel over here was smooth sailing. Hope you got something to eat on the flight coming over. You know, hope that the airline treats you guys well and give you guys, like, you know, bonus points for flying with, I don't know, South Africa? No. Gogo lives in Kenya. I don't know. Is Kenya? Okay, Kenya? I don't know. It's your first time here. Joseph, welcome. Thank you so much for coming in. Hope that's not going to be your last time here. I am your lovely flight attendant, Anabu, on the ones and twos. Your destination here is in Toronto, Canada. Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. We're just working on a beauty look, but we have a little bit of a special effects sprinkle into our beauty look tonight. I got some new products and I'm just basically trying them out with you guys. Make sure you guys like the live stream. We have 21 people in here, 12 likes. I think we can do a little bit better than that. We're gonna jump into our Huda bronzer from Benefit. This is a bronzer, one of my favorite bronzers to use. This is the shade right here. We're gonna jump into that shade and we're going to come down our nose because we want to define our nose. We want to give Michael Jackson, but not really too much. We understand that our nose is naturally big and that's totally fine. But we can use makeup in order to make things look more bigger or make things appear a little bit more smaller and sunken in, and that's what we're just basically doing with my nose contour. I don't normally go too heavy with my contour. I normally go straight up to my brows and bring it down. Just like that with powder. Then I'll go into my makeup foundation. This has no added product on it. And we're just gonna tap that into my nose. I love using a powder to do this because I don't necessarily like too much creams on my nose because my nose gets oily and I just don't like product to be there, because then when it gets oily the product is going to start breaking down, so you don't want that. So that's why I do powders. And this is how my nose contour looks. It's not harsh, it's not too much, it just blends in perfectly into the skin. So this is it blend, and this is it not blend. And you don't want to see this harsh line between the highlighted area and the contoured area. So we want a seamless blend like it is on this side. We definitely want it for the other side. Thank you, Goga, so much for your raid. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a productive morning. And Mr. Joseph, thank you so much for being in here. East Africa workout girl, welcome in. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being in here, my darling. Okay, now that we have all the powders done, we're going to set our face. This is from the Black Radiance. It's the matte setting spray. And we're just gonna lock all of that in. We don't want to look too powdery. Back to what I was saying first. You want to definitely lock in all your powders, your creams, and foundation with a powder. And now, when you finish doing all of that, you're going to look a little bit more powdery in certain areas. And how you can look more airbrush and look more ready is basically using a setting spray. This one is just a matte setting spray. I love setting spray down to the ground because it's going to make your makeup look more natural. It's going to make it look more airbrush. And that's the kind of look that we're going for. And we're going to put a generous amount down. I'm going to look like a wet puppy, but it's going to make sense in the end. Okay, you're getting ready. Okay, no problem, darling. Thank you so much. I appreciate that 120%. Thank you so much. I haven't been on in like a couple of days. A little bit too long for my liking, but I'm back. I am back. Okay. We're gonna use the fan to help the process blending into the skin just a little bit more quicker. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but my skin looks more like skin. The makeup is basically melting into the skin, and that's what you kind of want with your finish. Very natural, very sunken in, very beautiful, very gorgeous. That's what you're looking for. Now, back to these right now. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of a trick. We're going to go into a detailed brush. Let me find the perfect detail brush. Okay, let's go into this one. As you can see, it's very, very small. And it's going to play an integral role in how we go about this. I'm going to put you guys up just a tad bit. This is the foundation. This is our base, right up and personal. We're going to jump into this eyeshadow palette. This is from Makeup by Mario. It's the new palette. We're going to jump into these two colors, and we're gonna add a little bit of dimension right where the scars are, because we need it to have a little bit more depth. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna create the depth that the product that I tried out today was supposed to give us. So this is basically adding shadow to kind of give us a little bit more of a sunken in look. So you see how the difference, how this one looks compared to this one? We need to add a little bit more of that shadow to kind of give it a little bit more of a sunken in feel, but we're not gonna go too crazy with this. You just need it to give it a little bit of a shadow. Not too crazy, just a little bit. You don't want to overpower it at all, because you want it to look as realistic as possible. So that's why you don't want to make it look too cartoonish. I'm just gonna add a little bit more of that dark brown into black. And you see how it looks a little bit more sunken in? There's an extra little piece right here. Let me see if I can cut that off with a pair of scissors. We don't need this little extra piece that is right here. So we're gonna cut that off. Perfect. Now for the fun part. We're gonna jump into some mirror blood. This is in dark. This is a dark blood, basically. As you can see here, it has dark here. And we're gonna add some droplets, basically, because we want this blood to basically run down our cheeks. We're gonna let gravity basically do what gravity does it best, and pull that product all the way down. Just like so. Trying to get this first one up here to druid. Downwardly. And we're just gonna let nature take its course and let that dry down just like that. So for Halloween, you don't have to do nothing too crazy. You don't have to do anything demonic or anything like that. You can do something like this. Very, very simple. And you can still look pretty, you know? It's not a situation where you have to, you know, always do something elaborate like how I like to be. Just very simple. And for the lips, we need another detail brush. I'm gonna go in with this pencil brush right here. We're gonna jump into that black and brown, just like so. And we're gonna cover our lips. Basically making our liner with shadows. And again, you don't have to break the bank. Once you have a nude palette like this, you can create your own lip liner with shadows. I tend to use a lot more black and mix it with brown, just because I want that definition, I want that pigment. And sometimes the bronze is just too close to my lip complexion, so it's just gonna give me the definition that I'm looking for. So that's why I kind of like to add a black pencil or a black shadow, just to give me that extra definition that I'm looking for in my lips. And we're gonna go into this. I've never really liked this, it's like a salmon color lippy that I got from, I think I got this from Dollarama, equivalent to Dollar Tree store. Yeah, in Canada. It's called Dollarama. And this is kind of like a salmon color. I don't like it because the packaging is very cheaply made. The cover doesn't fit on top of here anymore, but this is the color. Don't really like it, but I think it's gonna be cute for this particular look. It's gonna give me like an ashy pink. The formula is not bad, but it just doesn't do what I want it to do. I thought that would look way much better, but it doesn't. That's the reason why I don't like it. I have this MAC lipstick right here. It's more of a nudish color. Let's try some of that on top of what we already have done. So this is basically the same kind of color as the cheap one that I just used. Just a better quality, because that one was from MAC. I'm gonna go over my lips with that brown and black one more time, just to add dimension. Add a little dimension. We're gonna pop a little bit more of that nude. in the middle. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my red lippy right here. This is hot red. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna jump into that same detail brush. We're gonna take a little of that red. And because it's bright red, we're gonna add a little bit of dimension to this incision right here. We're not gonna go super crazy. Like that. Just like that. I'm gonna wipe off the excess. I need to use my mirror to see exactly what I'm doing. And we're gonna go in and we're gonna just kind of just roughly blend that out. Just using my finger to kind of diffuse it just a little bit. And you see how that just kind of adds a little bit more dimension. Anytime, DJ, welcome in. Yeah, and there you have it, guys. Just by adding that little bit of red to it, kind of just elevates it to another level. And this one down here needs just a little bit. Just a little bit of drama right here. Just to match up with the two on the top. We're gonna go back in. We'll just kind of just blend that out. Taking my fingers, I'm just gonna tap. And that's how that looks. What I like about the blood is definitely gonna dry down and it's not gonna move from where you put it. Yeah. And this is how you can do something for Halloween, you know, and still look beautiful, but still definitely have something going on that's not gonna take away from your beauty. Just gonna add a little bit more, you know, dimension. So this is basically beauty mixed with a little bit of special effects. It doesn't have to always be like, oh my god, heavy blood or a lot of prosthetics, etc., etc. It doesn't have to be that complex. Thank you. Welcome in, JD. welcome in. Hi, Danielle, welcome in. How are you? Is this a lash? Welcome in, welcome in. Okay, guys, we have 23 of you guys in here, 17 likes. I know definitely we can do better than that. Yeah, I don't like how this lash is looking right here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take it off and we're gonna put it back on. Because I don't like how it looks. So let's do that really quickly. I don't know why I have that song in my mind, but I've been singing it for the longest while. Yeah, Jesus loves me, the Bible tells me so. It reminds me of Sunday school. For the people who didn't get the chance to see me put on my lashes, no, I'm gonna put on this one too because this one is also coming off. Like, what the hell is going on with my lashes today? That looks much more better. Like, what the hell? Sometimes you have a really good lash day and sometimes you can have a really bad lash day, but if you catch it, you can fix it. And I'm so glad that I caught it. Because I hate when people doing makeup and they look down and then the lash is all wonky and all of that. That pisses me off. This is much more like it. Then we're gonna go into a liquid liner. And we're gonna just ever so gently go over. Hold on. What's the matter with this? We're gonna do the same thing for the other eye. Oh, thank you so much, Danielle. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. I just appreciate that my lashes will need to like calm down and behave and stop acting up for no reason. I think it's more of this eye than anything else. But I'm satisfied now with how this looks. So we are completely done with the makeup look tonight, guys. We are definitely done. This is the time where we chit chat for a little bit. Well, you guys can ask me some questions based on the makeup look or questions in general. Let us talk. I think I'm gonna leave. Initially, I didn't want to leave my hair like this. I wanted to let it out, but I think it looks good this way, so we're just gonna leave it like that. But we're definitely gonna rehydrate our curls. For those who might be a little bit curious, this is essential oils for here. This is also leave-in conditioner and water. And when I have hair like this, I like to keep my hair moisturized and looking healthy. This is a wet and wavy, so the more that it's moist down is the better that it looks, as you can see. Ah. Okay, it's definitely time for us to play a little bit of music. I'm looking for something to play. Oh, thank you. Thank you. My headphones is not working. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. This wig is compliments my friend Janelle. My bug buddy. So my buddy. I'm listening to Shake It to the Max. Skilly Bang. Skilly Bang, let me see. I want to hear something new from Skilly Bang. Hey. 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 Boom, boom, jump. Hey. Ah, I like this. I like this. Hey. Make it pum pum jump. Hey. Ah. Hey. Pop, pop. No, man. Pause. Pause for a cause. If you guys know Skilly Bang is a Jamaican artist. And he just released a new album, I think. And when I tell you the number 3, hold on. But this is nice. This song, Gone Skilly new album. It's the third song. Ah, the song is nice. Nipple Point is what it's called. Nipple Point. This song is bad, 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 bad. Okay. I'll describe the kind of the rhythm comes in like a Missy Elliott type of rhythm. It's very like boom ticka tun 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 boom ticka tun. Yeah. And you already got me from the beat, but then the lyrics that comes with it, skilly bang. He going with some things right now with this little album or EP or whatever this is. Nipple Point is my jam. Like, clock it. Hey. Up in our head. Hey. He said she deals with the cum like whipped cream. He wants to make the pussy jump like spring bean. Bop, bop, bop. Lyrics for Kill Dog. My God. From the top again, please. From the top. Um. Ah. Hey. He said the girl wanted to shove up his wood in our head. In our head. Bop, bop. Lyrics to Kill Dog. I love this song. From the top. Hey. My question to you guys is, why does almost every song, Jamaican specifically, but then also like rap songs as well, when guys talk about their, parts, why does it always have to be 9 inches? Like, why can't be 7? Why can't be 6? Why can't be 8? Why it has to always be 9? Just asking for a friend. Just asking for a friend. Don't come for me, okay? Okay, this song, Nipple Points, have me. He said it's his cocky that she's mids. Basically, she's just thinking about the penile. That is crazy. Coming. Um. Oh my god. This music is the first time I'm hearing this song, but it makes me feel so happy. Like, it makes me feel so happy because I think it's a mixture of American music intertwined with Jamaican music. Like, the beat is very American, but because it's a Jamaican artist on the beat, he's really delivering and he's giving me that fusion with that song. Like, if you guys haven't heard from Skilly Bang, Nipple Point, now you might think that I only listen to like really ghetto, slack, whatless music. I really don't, but I listen to all type of music. That's number one. But I love having a good Jamaican music that have me on my toe point. I love dancing. I love music in general. I love soca music. I've been really into Dominican booyah. That's what it's called. And they're very raw with how they talk and how they express themselves within music. So think of Jamaican rawness, but in like a more Caribbean soca term. So I'll give you an example. So there's one song that called um no condom in that, right? Basically he's saying he doesn't want to use any condom. He wants to jump in raw because your good is so good. So like they do stuff like that and they be very, very specific and very blunt with what they're saying, but then it's I don't know. It's a breath of fresh air sometimes. Obviously it's not for everybody. But I just love sometimes when people are just raw and just saying what they want and what they mean. And I think there's some level of power that comes with music that people just say what they want. Not it's not for everybody. But I just like when people can express themselves in a very creative way, but still be authentic to who they are and their culture. You know, and not being afraid to say if you want this particular thing, then that's what you want. So if you want to, you know, you want to jump down in that, basically that means they want to like really, you know, I'm trying not to be too rude or trying not to be too like, yeah. But if you know, you know. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Then that's totally fine. But that's, yeah, I love music that's just raw and authentic. I love music. I love rhythms, basically. I can listen to an instrumental, whether it's slow pace, whether it's soca. I can listen to an instrumental and get the same high as listening to words, basically. So that's just my little rant on music. Let me get back to this sleeping because, baby, this is giving me everything that I want and more. And I didn't know I needed this, but I needed this slack song. I really did. The guy just said his cocky laid down on your pussy like bed. The lyrical content in this one particular song has me going cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. When I tell it cuckoo for Cocoa Puff, I love the lyrical content. And the very... he's so talented. I don't know if he wrote this song himself, but I love when people can take, you know, simple things and make it into a song. Some people might think I'm crazy, but yeah. That was a bar. That was a bar. That was a bar. I wish that YouTube would allow us to play music on this platform while streaming, because I think it would have been so bomb for you guys to hear what I'm listening to when I'm actually listening to it without me telling you guys to go look it up and figure out what the hell I'm talking about. The last time I was on live, it was another Jamaican artist, Lady Saw, and it was it I Got Your Man and You Can Do Nothing About It, or was it, no, it wasn't Healed, it was I Think I Got Your Man and You Can Do Nothing About It, or something like that. It was a Slack song. Tonight is oh my god, this is crazy. I'm so grateful that I personally don't need people around to have a really good time with myself. And sometimes people might think that is crazy, but to me, it's one of the best feelings. Sometimes I love people, but I don't love people at the same time. I don't mind being alone for a long extended period. There are times I'm like, oh my god, like I need to be around people, but for the most part, I can do it by myself, you know? No shade to nobody who can't be alone. I think sometimes when I'm alone is the time when I get to reflect on life. I get to analyze the people that are in and around me. I get to do so much stuff, you know. I think about business, I think about, you know, where my life has taken me and what I want to accomplish and stuff like that. And I also know people who, for lack of a better word, can't do without being around people. Like they love being around people, you know? And that's good too. But I love a good balance between being around people and just being by myself. And my really good friends will tell you sometimes I will be present, please, and then another time I'll be like MIA and just like in my own zone. And it's not that if something is wrong or, you know, I'm going through something, it's just that I just want my solitude. I just want to be by myself. And I hope and pray that my husband, whoever that may be in the near future, can understand when I need my alone time. Yeah. I hope that they can understand. I love being alone. A little bit too much for my liking sometimes. But when you can enjoy your own company, when you can have a ball by yourself, because I can listen to music and have a whole party, just me, myself, and I, and the music, and have a vibe. One of my really good friends, years ago, he invited me to his birthday party, and that was the first time me, I think, actually meeting a lot of his friends. And I got there late because I was working, I think, that day. And I had a very miserable day at work. And I just wanted to burn off some steam that night. I came home, I cooked some jerk chicken, I think that's what I did. I had a jerk chicken and jerk pork, something that I brought to the party because he's Jamaican and he likes the way that I do jerk chicken. So I did that. And I show up at the party and I got myself in the corner, and that time I think I was doing TikTok. I think I was really doing TikTok at the time. I was into TikTok back then. Not now, but back then I was really kind of into TikTok. I'm gonna try and see if I can find the video to show you guys. Obviously, you're not gonna hear the song that's in the background, but I can remember taking a video of myself, and I went to the party. I said hi to everyone. I grabbed a drink, and I went over to the place that was playing the music, the corner that was playing the music, and I was drinking. I was having a good time with the people for a short time, probably like 20 minutes with the people on TikTok. And for the rest of the night, I was in that corner, smoking and drinking and dancing with myself. I didn't care who was at the party. I wasn't talking to no one. I was just having a time. This is the video right here. And when I tell you, everybody was in the party and everybody was talking, nobody was really dancing, and I was having the time of my life in that corner. Didn't talk to a soul. I was just having a ball by my motherfucking self until it was time for me to go to my yard. I said my goodbyes, and then somebody that just frightened me. Somebody that I was kind of talking to showed up when I was leaving. No, it was a situation. We never did anything sexually or anything like that, but he was trying to talk to me. But he was a hoe, and I wasn't having it. So he came when I was basically leaving. But yeah, that night was a really good night. I'm cleaning my brushes that I used tonight. And then when I'm done cleaning it, I can just sashay my ass away. But yeah. But yeah. I miss dancing on a whole because I used to dance. If you guys don't know, I used to dance earlier, like in my teens into my early 20s. And I'm really, really good. I'm not only tooting my own horn, but I can really get down if I really wanted to, but I'm not. But I put away dancing for, better things in life, Hey, Bob Bob. My God, trouble in the camp. The fuck? Oh, those glowy days. Oh my God, I had a good time in my youth. I really did. I really did. You hear me? I had such a good time. I've been on here talking to myself, and I know people here are watching me, but you guys are not saying anything.